100 movies, science fiction movies, that is, of 2022, man. 100 of the greatest sci-fi movies as ranked, racked, stacked by me, your boy Seed, one of the hosts of this bit of business here on Paprika, man. Where we're talking about what I think are the best 100 science fiction movies, ranking them one a day for the first 100 days of the year. Yesterday, we talked about Fifth Element. You all yelled at me for it being too low, and I don't quite get it. And I will openly admit that I don't quite get it. But if it's your jam, it's your jelly. So go ahead and do it. Today, we're talking about number 81 on our list. We're keeping this truck on rolling, man. War of the Worlds. Steven Spielberg joint, man. Check the synopsis out. They're already here. Ray Ferrier is a divorced dock worker and less than perfect father, putting it mildly. Soon after his ex-wife and her new husband drop off his teenage son and young daughter for a rare weekend visit, a strange and powerful lightning storm touches down. And boy, is it more than a lightning storm. Well. Steven Spielberg has reared his ugly, perfect head on this list. It took long enough to get to a Spielberg joint. It will be the first of, if my memory serves, 4. I do believe there are 4 Spielberg joints on this list. This is the first and lowest ranked. There will be more to come. And of course he would. He's one of the greatest living directors of our time. War of the Worlds is one of maybe... let me think about this. It's one of his, I don't want to say more mediocre. Like the man's catalog. Let's just talk about Spielberg for a second. The man's catalog is deep, right? Deep. Even with West Side Story, the man still got some juice in the tank, man. So to call War of the Worlds one of his more upper middling movies might sound down, but an upper middling movie for one of the greatest of all time is still a pretty dope flick, is the best way to put it. And Alien Invasion, man, this is yet another remake, much like we talked about Body Snatchers a couple days back. This is another remake of the, I think it was like 1950s War of the Worlds. And of course, the infamous Orson Welles joint as well, the radio joint. Alien Invasion story originally told by Wells. It's recontextualized here, not as a work of fiction, but as a work of speculation, I think is the best way of putting it. What if these aliens had actually landed to take the planet? That heavy-hanging question, it's meted out by the smaller story that Spielberg tells about Ray Ferrier and his attempts to keep his family safe during the invasion. So leave it to Spielberg to give us, this one thing he does great is a big event will happen, but it's kind of backgroundish because he's very family oriented, right? He will focus on not the big event, but how the big event affects regular people. That's what he is so good at, and that's what he does here in War of the Worlds, man. Dakota Fanning, Tim Robbins, I do believe, Miranda Otto, all in there as well, helping to blend that fact and fiction, as it were. War of the Worlds is pretty dope, man. We covered it as one of the earliest joints we covered on Refried Scenes back in the days, myself and the always effervescent Carol Coles. Listen, man, if you're one of those Tom Cruise haters, and I like Tom Cruise, one of the best entertainers of our generation making movies. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're eschewing movies just because you see Tom Cruise's face on the poster. That man puts in work, and this is no different. There's no deviating from the fact that the man knows how to make a good, entertaining film, and War of the Worlds is one of those good, entertaining films. So go ahead and check it out, man. Don't let that Cruise get to your head. There's other great performances in here as well. Do it for the service of Steven Spielberg. And that's it for number 81 on our list, War of the Worlds. We'll be back in 24 of the hours to talk more sci-fi right here on Paprika.